Today I want to present my thesis under the title Teacher Strategy to Motivate the Student in Learning English, a case study at one of vocational high school in Jambi. Before I start my presentation, I would like to say thank you to my supervisor, Mr. Dr. Andus Muklas Abrar SSM and also Mr. Dr. Andus Ahmad Rida MA, and also my examiner, Ma'am Nelly Arif SPD MPD, and Mr. Tubagus Zamzam SPD MPD, and then Mr. Robi Soma SPD MPD. In introduction consists of four types. The first one is background. In background, we know teaching needs the help of strategy to achieve the goals, and teaching is sharing of knowledge and experience. And also in motivation, it is one of factor that influence and effectiveness of student learning. So that's why I want to know how the teacher to motivate the student in learning activity. And in my research question is, what strategy do English teacher use to motivate the student in learning English at one of vocational high school in Jambi? And the purpose of the study, this thesis, to investigate the strategy do English teacher use to motivate the student at one of vocational high school in Jambi. And significance of the study, the first one, for the teacher in the future, I hope this result can give new insight to the teacher to motivating the student. And for the English teacher at one of vocational high school in Jambi, I hope this study can help them to design the classroom more better than before, with many student characteristics in classroom. And the last one is for English department. This study can help the student and lecturer can be references who are interested to investigate the research related to this topic. And for the English, for the lecturer, to produce a good English teacher accordance with vision and mission this faculty. And next is a review of related literature. There are teaching and learning, theory, teaching and learning strategy, teaching strategy, motivation strategy to motivate the student in learning activity in classroom. And the next is the role of the teacher in learning process. The next is a review of previous study. According to Apriyandini Rosaningsi Kristianti 2015, the teacher strategy, there are teaching document strategy, questioning, language repertoire, and individual existences, motivational and assessment. According to Hudri and Name 2006, the view of previous study, according to Apriyandini Rosaningsi Kristianti 2015, the strategy use questioning, language repertoire, individual existence, motivational and assessment. According to Hadri and Name 2016, there are various teaching strategy in classroom. There are memorizing, give question about material, and giving games. And the next is according to Gamarama, the conclusion in this study is strategy used by the teacher in teaching speaking was forming role play because the student more confident, enthusiastic, and active in playing the role based on the material which were given by teacher in class. And the next is research method. In research method, research design, I use qualitative research in case study approach because I want to explore and develop in deep analysis that the teacher strategy to motivate the student. And in a research setting participant, in setting I use in setting at one of vocational high school in Jambi, and the participant there are English teacher at one of vocational high school in Jambi, consists of 3 English teacher. And in technique sampling, I use purposive sampling because based on the easy to get access, easy to collect the data. And the next technique of data collection, I use interview, which is in semi-structure because I want to get in deep insight about the topic and determine the problem more openly. And in technique of the data analysis, I use cross-case analysis. The first one reducing, which is make a transcription and the data display, listen the recording and check the accuracy. And the next make a conclusion. And in the trustworthiness, I use member checking to get the feedback and the comment from the respondents. And the next is finding and discussion. In this research, there are 3 themes. The first one, creating conducive atmosphere in learning process, and the next, raising awareness to the student characteristic, and the last, teacher creativity in classroom. Creating conducive atmosphere in learning process consists of 3 sub-themes. The first one, being friendly to the student. The second one, giving the simple question. And the next, creating the task in group discussion. Being friendly to the student, use teacher A and B, which is she always make the student like us first and do not directly to the material. And then she tells that the student can call Miss even though she was married. And teacher B said she tried to follow the trends and make connected the topic material. For example, she make she asked the student to make Instagram account or email account. So the student assignment is related to the real life or the last trend that student know. And the next is giving simple question. In giving simple question, use teacher A and C. Teacher A said she gives simple question about last week and the next material before start the lesson. And then teacher A said she also tried to recall the material and ask them to remember the lesson in form of quiz. So she will call one of them to from the attendance list and ask what she or he know from the topic. And then she add that she always give to the student, she always gives student greeting by ask their condition. And also the student will explain what they are feeling in short sentence. And the next is creating the test in group discussion, which is use teacher A and C. Teacher A said she used group discussion, use gadget as a tool to motivate the student. She will share the audio and then the student work in each group. And teacher A said she divided the student in several groups and use a whiteboard as a media, and then she will explain the material, and the teacher will share what the opinion about the materials. And then the next, raising awareness to the student. Characteristic consists of 3 sub-theme: giving advice and suggestion, giving praise and reward, and the next, giving punishment. Giving advice and suggestion, use all teacher in this school. Teacher A said she provide advice and suggestion, that she advised English is difficult for you if you don't use it, so the student must encourage and always practice in daily life with people around, for example for their brother, sister, and friends, and so on. And teacher B said she advised the student that the student have to do assignment because the assignment will affect for their grade to promote the next grade. Teacher C said she gave advice and suggestion. She said the student in this era, English is needed for them for applying a job. And then she advised the student English is not difficult for them if they want to use English in daily life, because she said nobody is stupid except lazy people. And the next is giving praise and reward. Giving praise and reward using teacher A and C. Teacher C said she give praise to the work of student, was it is good or bad. So she said this is good for you, or this is good, but you have to fix this. And then it is to keep their mood in learning process, and also appreciate from what they have. And the next is giving reward. Teacher C giving reward to the student who can answer quickly and correctly the question, and then will be get the high score. And the next is giving punishment. And the next is using game used by teacher A and B, which is teacher A determine the topic, then the student will mention one word each student, and each student cannot be same as the other, and automatically they will hear and add their vocabulary. For example, she determine the topic about the classroom, the student will mention like table, window, and so on. And teacher B said she gave game in word chain. Then the student gets some question to fill in words, and that correct to the sentence. And the next is conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion, in this thesis there are 8 strategies used by English teacher in learning English to motivate the student at one of vocational high school in Jambi, such as being friendly to the student, giving simple question, create tasks in group discussion, giving advice and suggestion, giving praise and reward, giving punishment,